What's going on? Sorry, it's gonna be a little shaky, but let's talk about episode, episode 7. Uh, it's, I think it's called The Believer. Uh, this is actually a really good episode. Let's see, uh, I don't know if I mentioned it or not. I think I might have forgotten, but at the very end of the last episode, you see Mando go to Cara Dune and ask her to look up Bill Burr's character. Um, I'm blanking on his name. Um, so at the start of this episode, there's a droid and it walks over to Bill Burr and it tells him to prepare for a new like operation or something like that. It has a it uses droid talk. It says the technical term, and it tells him that he's going to be in the custody of Marshall Dune. So she goes and gets him, and they walk over to Slave One, and he sees Boba Fett, and he's like, "Whoa, I thought you were this other guy." And then he stops mid sentence and sees Mando walking down. Um, I can't do Bill Burr's work justice. It was kind of funny because he looked very shocked. We also see Boba Fett has repainted his armor. Um, it it looks better than last episode. Um, like last episode, you could see that it was like peeling off his like robes. But like this episode, it looks like fresh. It looks really nice. Um, so they take him to they get on the ship and they take off and they ask him how they can find Moff Gideon's Moff Gideon's cruiser, and because Bill Burr was a Imperial sharpshooter, so he says that he has to go and get to a Imperial network to hack into it. So they go to some jungle planet. I don't even think they said what the name of it was. But they go there and they see all these trucks that drive through this barrier to get to the Imperial base. And they're trying to figure out who can go with Bill Burr because they don't want to send him in alone. Um, Cara Dune is now, or she was a rebel drop trooper, and now she's a marshal, so she's going to show up on the radar. Um, uh, I think the sharpshooter lady's name is like Finnick or something like that. But anyway, she says that she'll pop up on the radar too because she's a bounty hunter. Um, and then where let's see. Um, oh yeah, Boba Fett says he just says, let's just say they might recognize my face because he's the same. He looks the exact same as the clones that they used to use. Not to mention that he's a, you know, very renowned bounty hunter who's apparently been out of the game for about 5 years. But uh, Mando says, "I'll go with you," and the thing is, he's gonna have to take off his armor to sneak in. And, Bill Burr's like, "Are you gonna show your face?" And he's like, "I will not." So then it cuts to them hijacking a one of these big vehicles, and then Mando walks out in a suit of Imperial armor. Um, it. I don't know who was in that costume, but it looked very different than the regular armor. It just kind of shows that they can use whoever they want under the helmet and then let Pedro voice act. Um, but anyway, so Um, I think it was at this moment when there's like a joke that Bill Burr's character says, and it was like kind of sexist or something. Like it just didn't hit right, and then everybody like turns and stares at him. I, I feel like that's like the first official like woke moment in the show. Um, I I can't remember what he said. He said something against Cara Dune. It might have been something like, uh, I can't believe your shining personality isn't coming with us or something. I think that's what he said, but I don't know. I might be remembering it wrong. Um, so I feel like that was like the first like kind of woke moment in this show, like officially. Um, so after they get done swapping into the Imperial gear, they take off, and then there's about 10 minutes of them driving through this wilderness, and then they're seeing all these like villagers, and then Bill Burr says something along the lines of, it doesn't matter who's ruling. It's the same for these people. Uh, you and me are survivors. And then Mando snaps back at him. He says, we are nothing alike. Um, and then after that, uh, oh yeah, so they did something wrong with the numbering because they hijacked number 4, but then later you hear number 3 and number 4 explode, and they're like, number 5, you're our last shot. So then they start driving, and they get attacked by these pirates who have thermal detonators and clubs. It's not that didn't quite make a lot of sense. Um, and Bill Burr says that you can't use the blasters near the Rhydonium because it's explosive. Um, so with that, Mando's like getting on the roof, and he's fighting off like 10 pirates at a time, and they're like breaking off parts of his armor, and Mando's like getting hit some, but nothing too dangerous. Um, so the uh, he blows up two of the little like skiff things, and then there's one last, or there's a whole bunch of them that start coming up, and right as they get to the base, TIE fighters swoop in and kill them, and then the ones that are left start like charging the base. I don't know why, but you see some shore troopers show up, and I think there was no, I don't think there was death troopers, but there was a wide variety of stormtroopers. It was kind of nice. I really don't like the look into saying, the New Republic isn't any better than the Empire. Like that was the whole reason we watched, you know, the original trilogy. It completely throws out the accomplishments that the heroes, like the original trilogy heroes, made. All the sacrifices that they made to get to those victories, it just kind of makes those victories worth nothing. Um, so, anyway, so they get into the base. For some reason, they're all right with Bill Burr not wearing his helmet, but Mando keeping it on. They walk over to the little computer thing. I guess it still counts as a computer. Um, and then Bill Burr sees someone from his squad, his like squad leader. Uh, and it's revealed that he worked during the shoot. Oh crap! I can't think of it. It's the event in Battlefront 2. The is it the Scourge or something like that? Anyway, Operation Cinder. That's it. It's basically where the Empire goes to planets loyal to the Empire and burns them down so that they can grow back stronger. I'm not quite sure how that works. But this is just some dude on the internet. Um, you know, I, and so he sees him, and he like walks away, and Mando's like, "No, we have to get the location. I have to get the child back." And he's like, "Oh, I'm not going in there." And Mando's like, "Fine, I'll do it." But Bill Burr says that it has to scan your face. So Mando's like, "Okay, fine." And he takes the stick and walks over there, and he tries it with the helmet on, and it starts doing this weird countdown thing. So he takes off the helmet, and it scans Pedro Pascal's face, um, and gives him the information. So, with this, I have a very big problem. Like, I thought that the whole reason they needed Bill Burr to do that was to scan somebody in the Imperial Registry's um, like recognition thing. But if just anyone can do it, I I don't know. It's not quite making sense. And like making Mando take off his helmet, it was very forced. It's very clear that this was because of Pedro Pascal's meltdown on set, um, where he didn't want to work because he saw that other Mandalorians were taking their helmets off. Um, yeah, I really don't like that he's taking the helmet off. Either stick with what you've written, or like start a storyline where make it work into the story. It just seemed very forced in this episode, because not only did he take it off in front of people, you could make the argument that it was just the computer that scanned him, and then he was technically fine because they didn't see his full face. But no, the man that Bill Burr saw walks over to him and starts asking him questions, and he doesn't know anything about the Imperial forces, so he's like, he's like he's not making a lot of sense. So then Bill Burr walks up and starts talking to him. So the whole point of Mando doing that was so that Bill Burr didn't have to see him. It starts. There's a wrench in the gears of this. Anyway, so after that, the squad leader guy starts asking questions, and Bill Burr like starts like just smooth talking his way out, and he's like, "Sorry, we gotta go fill out those reports." And he starts walking away, and the dude says, "I haven't dismissed you yet. Did you know you're the only squad to get their shipment of Rhydonium here? Come have a drink on me." So they start drinking, and then they're trying to decide on a toast. And then Bill Burr brings up Operation Cinder, and then he starts freaking out. He's like getting more and more angry, and you can see it like building up. And then the Bill Burr takes out a pistol and like just shoots him in the middle of the cafeteria thing. But yeah, the computer is in the middle of the cafeteria. So yeah, I don't even know where to start to criticize that. That is the most wrong move you could make. So then they start climbing out the window, and they run across Cara Dune and sniper lady. I think her name's Finrick. They start sniping off all the people on the top of the tower, and giving Mando and Bill Burr the cover that they need. Mando almost dies like 5 times, and Cara Dune saves him. They eventually get to the roof, and they jump over to Slave One. Bill Burr takes the cycler rifle and shoots the truck of Rhydonium because it was going to be used for another Operation Cinder, and he blows up the base, and Slave One flies away. After that, the group meets up and they start talking. Uh, Mando and Cara decide to let Bill Burr get away. They say he died in the attack on the base. Um, so he just like wanders off. Um, and that's basically the end. Uh, Mando sends a message to Moff Gideon saying the same thing that Moff Gideon said to him maybe last season. You'll never know the importance of what you have. It is so important to me. You'll never know. I won't stop till I get my hands on it. And that is a very bad move. If you've even watched a movie with a hostage situation, you never tell the person what they have and how valuable it is to you, because then they know how much they can leverage you for it. There is a lot of dumb stuff in this episode, but like always, the action scenes are great. Special effects are great. Costuming's working really good. It's always the writing that seems the weakest of the show. But I can't wait till next episode comes out. Season finale. Hopefully they'll answer some questions. Hopefully we don't have to wait till next season's like mid to late next season to see what Jedi's gonna come. I've heard rumors that they've already filmed some fight scene with a green lightsaber. There's a lot of possibilities about who could show up. I don't think Cal Kestis is, because that's like a Respawn character. I think Respawn's gonna do stories with him. I don't think that Disney's gonna take him from some game and put him into this. But I mean, they did take from KOTOR, or Knights of the Old Republic 1 this season with the Crate Dragon. So like strange things have happened. I think Ezra's probably the main. It's probably who it's gonna be. If it is, then they're most likely doing another a retelling of Heir to the Empire with Ahsoka as the main character. I haven't read that yet, but I've heard that you'd basically need to rewrite a new story for it to make sense with Ahsoka. So why they wouldn't just make an original story for Ahsoka and Thrawn, I'm not sure. But I'm still thinking Ahsoka might show up in the season finale. I think she might sense what's happening, but maybe not. I think they might have just had that episode to jumpstart Ahsoka's spin-off, which I don't believe. I think the release date is 2024, so there's a little wait. I think that I've heard a lot of people talking about Mace Windu coming back. I think we would have heard if Samuel L. Jackson is on set. I think we all would have heard if there was like a scene filmed with a purple lightsaber. Yeah, and if they keep bringing back characters like that, it kind of ruins the effect of character deaths, like on screen. Like we've seen, like we've already seen Emperor Palpatine die in Episode 6, but then Disney brought him back for Episode 9. We've seen it with a lot of characters. Like, as much as I like Mace Windu and Samuel L. Jackson, I think it'd be better if they just leave him dead. You know, there's always Star Wars theories, um, fan film. Let me think. Who else was it? Yeah, so I think Ezra's probably going to be who it's going to be. There's a lot of people hoping that Luke's going to show up. Uh, I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe. Uh, uh, I feel like there was one more Jedi that was possible, but I can't think of it. So, who do you think is going to be the person that shows up? Like, who do you think is the Jedi that's going to answer the call? Uh, leave a comment down below. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, I'll catch you in the next video.